6 World Cups. 6. When 40-year-old Guillermo Ochoa jogged onto the pitch in Monterrey tonight, on home soil, in front of 80,000 roaring Mexican fans, history was written in permanent ink. And if that wasn't enough, we had South Africa qualifying for the knockout rounds of the World Cup for the very first time in their entire history. A moment so raw, so electric, that grown men were in tears on the touchline. Oh, and we had 6 matches, 9 goals, and absolutely 0 dull moments. June 25th at World Cup 2026, unforgettable. Welcome to SoccerVault, your home for everything. World Cup 2026. I am breaking down every single result from today's enormous Matchday 3 conclusions across Groups A, B, and C, and then previewing what is coming up next. Let us get into it. Starting in Group A, and Mexico were absolutely relentless. 3 goals against Czechia, with Mateo Chavez and Julian Quinones striking within 6 explosive minutes of each other early in the second half. A 1-2 punch that killed the game stone dead. Then Alvaro Fidalgo buried a third in stoppage time to complete the most emphatic of statements. Final score, Mexico 3, Czechia 0. El Tri become the first Mexican side in history, across every single World Cup they have ever played, to win all 3 group stage matches. Not once in 1986 on home soil, not in 2002, not ever, until now. 3 from 3. A perfect record. The co-hosts are flying, the Azteca roars, and the knockout rounds are waiting. And then, in the other Group A match running simultaneously, nobody in the world predicted this. South Africa, Bafana Bafana, defeated South Korea 1-0 to qualify for the World Cup knockout round for the first time in their entire history. Thapelo Maseko, what a name to remember forever. His 63rd minute goal was a thing of absolute beauty. Chepang Moremi barreled down the left wing and threaded a low pass right into Maseko's feet at the top of the box. One touch, left foot, bottom corner, goalkeeper helpless. And the South African bench? They absolutely lost it. Players sprinting onto the pitch in disbelief, staff members in tears, fans in the stadium who had never seen their team do this before, now watching their nation step into the World Cup knockout rounds for the first time ever. This is what football is about. This is why we love this sport. Over to Group B, Switzerland beat Canada 2-1 in a sharp, technically excellent contest. Ruben Vargas broke the deadlock at 46 minutes. Literally the very first moment of the second half, before the brilliant Johan Manzambi doubled the advantage in the 57th minute. He has been the standout performer throughout this group stage for Switzerland, and he was on fire again here. Credit to Canada, though. Promise David came off the bench at the 75-minute mark and scored within literally 1 minute of entering the pitch. An astonishing substitute impact. But ultimately, it was too little, too late. Switzerland win Group B outright with 7 points. Canada advance as runners-up into the last 32. Both sets of fans are celebrating tonight, for very different reasons. In the other Group B clash, Bosnia-Herzegovina made relatively straightforward work of Qatar, winning 3-1 in a match that flattered the hosts a little. Karim Alajbegovic gave Bosnia the lead in the 29th minute. A Sultan Al-Brak own goal doubled the advantage 5 minutes later, and Erman Mamic made it 3 after the break. Al-Haidos pulled one back for Qatar, but it barely mattered. Qatar are eliminated. Bosnia advance. The Dragon is dancing into the round of last 32. Now, Group C and Brazil were surgical. Matheus Cunha was in a different stratosphere. He scored in the 23rd minute, doubled his personal tally in the 36th, and then Vinicius Jr. added a brilliant third right before halftime. 3-0 at the break. Brazil completely dismantled Scotland. Game over before the second half even started. Brazil top Group C with clinical efficiency, and Scotland, brave, spirited, but ultimately outgunned, are heading home. For Brazil, the march toward what their fans dare to dream about continues unstoppably. And then there was Morocco. 4 goals against Haiti in a breathless, pulsating clash. Haiti actually made a real match of it. Wilson Isidore scored a genuinely stunning goal for the Caribbean side, and Bounou's own goal had the Haitian fans believing something crazy was possible. But Morocco hit back with quality and composure. Ismail Saibari led the charge, and deep into the match, Jessime Yassine smashed in a fourth goal in the 89th minute to seal a dramatic 4-2 final scoreline. The most extraordinary talking point from Group C, Morocco and Brazil finish on exactly the same number of points, 7 each. And the group was separated purely by goal difference. Two giants of world football level in the standings until the very last calculation. Both through. Both absolutely dangerous in the knockout rounds. Now, let us talk about the moment that had every football fan in Mexico, and honestly across the entire world, frozen completely still. Guillermo Ochoa, 40 years old, came on as a substitute in the 78th minute against Czechia. And in doing so, he joined the most exclusive club that football has ever produced. Only 3 players in the entire history of the FIFA World Cup have now appeared at 6 different tournaments: Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Memo Ochoa. 3. That is it. That is the company he stands in now. Ochoa has been Mexico's undisputed #1 goalkeeper since 2006. 2 full decades of service, 6 tournaments, playing through miracles and heartbreaks, and every single emotion the World Cup delivers. He was there for the saves against Brazil in 2014 that still make Mexicans lose their minds. He was there in Russia. He was there in Qatar. And now, this time, the final time, he did it on home soil, in front of his own people. In a stadium full of fans who love him so passionately, they gave him the nickname San Memo, Saint Memo. He confirmed after the final whistle that this is his last World Cup. He goes out a group stage champion, a record holder, and a genuine icon of the beautiful game. Moments like this do not come around often. We are lucky we were watching. Right, today's results are covered, but World Cup 2026 does not slow down for anyone. Here is what you absolutely cannot miss next, all kickoff times in Singapore time. First, at 400 SGT on June 26th, Group D's final matchday 3 games kick off simultaneously. Ecuador face Germany at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and Curaçao face Ivory Coast in Philadelphia. Germany are one of the tournament's heavyweight favorites, but they have work to do to confirm their advancement. Expect them to come out aggressive, purposeful, and hungry for goals against an Ecuador side that can hurt you on the counter. My bold prediction: Germany win 2-1, and their march toward the knockout rounds accelerates. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast, who have real quality throughout their squad, should have enough to edge past Curaçao 2-0 and book their spot in the last 32. Then at 1000 SGT on June 26th, it is the Group F final match day, and the match every American football fan has been waiting for. Turkey versus the United States of America. This is a genuine cauldron match. The Stars and Stripes playing at home, the crowd behind them, the atmosphere electric in what is shaping up to be an extraordinary occasion. Turkey, despite their group exit, will play with pride and absolutely nothing to lose. And that makes them dangerous. The USA need this result to confirm their final group position heading into the knockout rounds. My bold prediction for Group F: United States 2-1 Turkey, but I promise you, it will not be comfortable, and it will not be boring. Expect fireworks, expect controversy, expect the kind of late drama that this World Cup has delivered at every single turn. And I will be here on SoccerVault, breaking every single moment, down the second that final whistle blows. What a day of football. South Africa making history. Ochoa joining football immortality. Brazil reminding every competitor that they are for real. 6 matches, 9 goals, 0 dull moments. If you love this recap, smash that like button, subscribe to SoccerVault. We are live for every match of this incredible tournament, and drop your take in the comments below. Which upcoming match are you most excited about? And can South Africa keep making history in the knockout rounds? Let's go!